Hi, Aries. I feel very compelled right now. So I get the feeling that a lot of you have energy, a lot of it. And this season can be very productive for you in terms of the changes that you've already been creating. And they might be even big. I feel like some of you don't know where to put the energy that you have, and then you might be having highs and lows of like burnout energy. This Tower card, so I'm doing things differently, but this card came out. 5 cards, each section has to do body, mind, heart, spirit, and then the center focus of the compass. And so the first card out being the Tower, which is in the body. So a lot of you may feel like this jolting energy, and you're going to have to get it out through your body. Some of you are going to find out about some health conditions. So for those of you right away, starting in Virgo season, so many people got sick right as we entered the season. I was like, oh. Virgo's like, I see that you didn't take care of yourself during Leo season, so this is how we're going to start this season. For some of you, you're literally moving, and it feels very abrupt, abrasive. That's a big change for you. Some of you could even be moving jobs. So some of you, it's specifically you're moving from the place that you're living in, and some of you, it's a job. For others, it's health issues. So whatever this Tower moment is, it's important. It may feel very disruptive at first, and then the sequence of events that go on after that is what will play out. The Mind card. Some of you might be really feeling this. And then the Heart card. These kind of go together, so I'm going to show you. Leo season really wanted to expand your heart. Virgo season's like, now it's healing. For some of you, you're getting over something, or grieving, or moving through something. And I know it sounds crazy, or it could sound counterintuitive, but it's not. It's literally, this is the process. You're gonna go through whatever you're going through. In the mind, some of you might have like a literal breakdown, and sometimes the breakdown is that rock bottom. Even if you're not like, you don't have to be an addict or any type of like extreme like that to have breakdowns. Nervous breakdowns are like the catalyst to expanding. Not like psychiatric nervous breakdowns. I just mean like the ones where it's happening, and even if it's good things or it feels like nothing's happening, but then this good thing happens right after, it's like that low. Some of you will have these tears. Some of you will have a major release this month, and it's just going to open your heart that much more. It may not feel like it now, but as we move through this month, and as the signs change, there will be an opening. For some of you, you'll be meeting a Leo. There might be a Leo walking into your life. But I really do feel like this is about you having this breakthrough about finding that kid in yourself, because some of you have been like, it's so natural for you to be like joyful, energetic, crazy, spunky. But this year has asked you to change in a way that whether or not you were prepared for, it was happening. And in the spirit, here it is. It's this disciplined nature of like, you can still have that, but you have to, like, sometimes you have to go through the things. And I was talking to a friend recently, and a lot of times, especially in this spiritual community, are people doing the work and all of these things. Listen, I've been in this for 10 years now, and I've seen it. I've seen different aspects of all of these. Everyone, and even myself included, felt like, I'll go through this one and it won't happen again, or like, I can handle it, or whatever it is. The thing is, we don't get to choose that. When you're being asked to evolve, especially like Virgo season. Virgo season breaks you down to build you up. It's just the nature. You get it to an extent. I think we just forget how sharp and on point Virgos can be sometimes. So this is hitting you, center focus, compass. This is hitting you in a very, it's both your, it's like the soft spot, your nerves. It's just a vulnerable time for you, but it's such strength that you're gaining. The Five of Swords is you really walking away, realizing that you are the warrior that you are. You are this person who learns and knows better. You're not just this way or that way. Like, you're doing what you need to do in order to grow and evolve. You're doing it in your way. And yes, there are going to be these moments, and it's how you decide to handle these moments. These moments are to cause doubt, to ask you to grow your faith. These moments are asking you, if you want to have that joy and you want to feel that joy, then you need to go through and feel the pain. Pain is our teacher. And I know you've had a series of events this year. This is like the culmination. It didn't come out, but the Virgo new moon on the 6th is a great time for you to have, and maybe not plan anything, and do maybe opposite of what you would normally do. Maybe you see some people, if you're more of a social person, depending on where you live, considering the pandemic or considering COVID, you may want to either exit early, duck out early, or go later on. I just feel like it's very close. You're very close if you're already not having that emotional breakthrough that you're going to experience that soon. And the Spirit, being the Queen of Wands or Queen of Swords, interesting, needs you to be disciplined to yourself right now. Not harsh. No. Disciplined. Having compassion, that Sun card. The light, the thing we forget too, and the something that it makes sense, and it's like, oh, like I was just saying before, when you have to break down to break through, when it's very poetic the way I see it and feel about it, but when you go through those breakthroughs, you carve and open up and slice through certain things for the sun to then, and the light to come out. There's this purity that Virgo has in its intentions and the way it breaks down to build you up. It's all for evolution and nothing else. It's never ever to harm you on purpose, or like if with ill intent. So this is all for what's to come. But right now, this is the focus, and you don't need to worry too much about the future. Unless we're talking about how you're handling all of this. Because Virgo season is about the future. How you handle it, what comes your way. It's asking you, how are you not taking care of yourself? Where are you not in control? Where are you in too much control? Where are you too close? Where do you need to step back? Right? So it narrows things down and gets to the complete root of something in order to shift everything that much quicker. Because it's like, well, why will I go there when I know that way is the answer, even though it might cause me to crumble a little bit or a lot? This is good for you. It's an unblocking that's happening. You're being unblocked. You've known what you wanted to do for a while. You see the way things are going to go, but this month is asking you to be so present with what you're experiencing, because you've set everything in motion for the future. Now it's like, okay, so how are you handling yourself when you feel pressure, when you feel these major life changes? Like, how are you handling yourself? Because something can wait if you need a mental day. That thing or that person can wait. If you need to take a mental day, do it. Do it for yourself. The thing about when we talk about spirituality or spiritual, you're one of the most spiritual creatures. You act from a place of heart. You act from a place of just knowing, and you're just so directed and focused in that. Virgo season can be the most productive for you internally because it's such a nice pairing. It matches your sense of intensity to an extent that you may not always be prepared for. And the spiritual thing is that it's all connected. Everything is spiritual. So when you set forth, you're empowering that part of you that already exists so naturally, and you're becoming a lot stronger in a way that you may not have experienced yet. It's a growth that you go through to understand that what you have done and what you do just by being you more than anything is extremely spiritual. You come from the heart no matter what, even if it's, on the negative or toxic side. It's just really important for you not to doubt, bottom of the deck, this, but to go through the process like Sagittarius is now. It's not that it's always easy, they just understand like, oh, this is just a part of it. And you're experiencing that. So it's really important for you to do that, because you could either burn bridges this month, or you could really clear up the one with yourself more than ever, which will, if you need to walk away from things and you need to cut ties with certain things, it won't be because you didn't want to face things and then something came out in a different way that you will later regret. And if there is a Leo in your life, they are very helpful in the situation as well. It's just some things are really in your head right now, and that's okay. Just bring it down day to day. That is your future plan. And that's what is coming out here. This was the first part. The second part, we'll take a look at the cards for this month for you. Yeah, I know. Light at the end of the tunnel. The Hermit. I wish the Hermit came out for you. We'll take a look at the cards, Aries, so you can see it. All the information to work with me one-on-one is below. Thank you so much for your support. And by the time Mars rolls into Libra on the 14th, a lot will become easier to communicate. I know the first part of the month is just, you feel like you're feeling so much, communication just not there. Be clear to those who you need to communicate with. Just tell them that straight up. Like, I don't know what else to say, but I am not communicating well. I'm going through something. You might find more support than you realize or think you had. You might have more than you think you had. So do that for yourself. Okay, Aries? We'll see you in a moment. Hi, Aries. Okay. First, take a deep breath. This is the second part of the reading. And the Tower moment happens right away. You feel shaken up in the body and the mind. And it can cause to make you not make rash big life changes, but maybe small nitpicky things with people. And if you know that, it's really important to take a step back. For some of you, it is about a move. It's about that rock bottom, that breakthrough. Like, the rock bottom is the breakthrough moment. That's when it comes in. That's when things come to light. And it feels really difficult at first. It's a whole body experience. What you're being asked to remember this month is your principles and your grounding, because you're learning something to handle situations that you have when you've come across similar situations over and over again, but now you're learning to walk away without any ties. No more ties. See how like their swords are dropped? Like there's no more ties. There's no more need to, you don't need to pick up any more swords. You don't need to use anymore. Like, you know you've won. It doesn't feel like you've won in the beginning, but you have. And it's going to come through. You're going to have, you may have, for some of you, but some of you are going to have a huge breakthrough moment through your heart, where you then start to experience the opposite in the high, in the height. It's very much needing to see the yellow brick road and creating it for yourself at this moment, because that's what's going to set the trajectory for a long term. And I know that seems like it's a lot of pressure, but really it's allowing yourself to go through the motions, because Virgo season is setting you up. You've already set, again, like we talked about in the beginning, you've already set yourself up. Now it's to allow your body and your mind to go through what it needs to go through in order to let go. Virgos are purifiers. They want to purify, so you have to break something down in order to get the better, that more upgraded version of yourself, of others. So whatever's breaking down is really necessary. So being more gentle to yourself, being kinder to yourself this month is important. A lot of you don't feel like communicating right now, and that's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to be out or anywhere. It might be a great month to take some solitude to yourself and only be around those who understand what you're going through, that you don't have to explain it to, because then you can get yourself into a situation that you don't actually want to be in. Because when you're in this place, you can become extremely unpredictable in a way that's not beneficial for you and for your life and what you've already worked so hard to get to. So you need that grounding person or people, could be a Leo, in your life or a person who brings out the kid in you, so that you can just allow yourself to relax a little bit. It will be over, but the way it moves quicker is to allow yourself that relaxing place, to allow yourself the rest you need, because that's what makes it move a lot quicker, even if it feels really bumpy. This needs to happen in order to get around to it. It's just the physical things that are distracting you. It's where you have to go it's like you're being forced to go into the dark to see the light right now, because what you're going to come out with is so much greater than you went in with. Is so much greater than you knew was possible. And it's always been right in front of you. You always believed it. You've been doing it, but now it's like it's for some of you, this is a total meltdown. And yet you realize at the end of it, it's actually not it was just like, that was very dramatic, and that's okay. Like, that's just the way things come out. But for others of you, you understand that this is a part of letting go. That when you can no longer, and as an Aries, if you hold on, then, you'll walk around going up in flames all the time and burning out. But if you can utilize what you're feeling and what's being shown to you, and see it as this whole movement forward, that yellow brick road. Like when Dorothy's on the yellow brick road, it's not always sunshine and rainbows. And I actually wrote a poem for Virgo season about this that I will put out, is that she has to go through those dark different things in the woods and would encounter different people, and then the line is actually nicer than it makes itself out to be, and she's on the yellow brick road the whole time, right? If you allow yourself mental rest, peace of mind, being around that which loves you truly, this month is going to go by a lot smoother. It's about taking that time for yourself, maybe having some solitude. Some of you might be seeing how you've handled things in the past and how that correlates to what you're going through now and what you're experiencing with yourself right now. How you handle yourself right now is extremely important to how you will handle situations in the future. And I know it's not always easy for a sign who's very straight to the point, all in, heart all in, to be all in yourself, and when it's not always comfortable for you. But that's why I like this. I love Aries and Virgo season. It's just so, I mean, it could be very sharp, but it's so acute for you. Like, this reading seems so simple. You know, it's very cute, to the point. Okay, we know that this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is what I need, this is who I need. And that's it. Nothing more to look to, nothing more to go towards. Just very grounded. For some of you, you might be feeling extra stubborn. Yeah. If you're going to be stubborn about what you need and your solitude. Okay? I love you. All information to work with me is below, and I'll see you next month, Aries.